Hello and welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2024 Top 37 countdown. It's place number 27. It's Greece, Marina Satti with Zari. Please do click on the subscribe button, ring that notification bell and like, share and comment below. Also, you'll find the link to the music video in the description, as well as a link to my blog site with a write-up of this review. Now, Greece have held a very good, consistent record in Eurovision since the turn of the century. They've had, between 2004 and 2013, they only had one result when they were outside the top 10. And that run also included their 2005 win, their sole victory to date. Things got a little bit wobblier after 2013. They had a couple of non-qualifications. They had some sort of lower place results within the grand final. But then in 2021 and 2022, they kicked back to form, 2 top 10 results in a row. Now, last year, they have very inexperienced and their youngest ever artist, Victor Vernicos. Now, he did not qualify. So can their 2024 entry, the far more experienced Marina Satti, return them to the final and the top 10? Now, Marina Satti, unlike her predecessor, brings a wealth of experience. Not only as a singer and songwriter, she's also been a music producer and an actor as well. Her music career stretches back all the way to 2008, and she's had significant Europe-wide success with her 2017 single, Mantisa. She's also been part of the EBU's European Jazz Orchestra. She's performed at other jazz festivals as well. And on top of all of that, she's also kind of acted and written musical scores for National Theatre of Greece and the Greek National Opera and the Athens Festival, amongst others. So she has a very broad range of talents that she has put to use. Now, Zari is both a track that brings some of what you might say is the sort of traditional Greek sounds that we've become familiar with over the years in Eurovision, particularly in the sort of, through the early 2000s and also previously to that, those very traditional Greek music sounds. But in this song, they've kind of mixed that into a lot of the current sounds of the Greek music scene. And it kind of reminds me a little of when I sort of on holiday in Gran Canaria. You go out and you sort of about partying, but there's one night where it's what's locals night, so the local Spanish so people come out on, I think it's possibly the Friday night, and the music that they play in the bars changes slightly, and it's very much this is the music that the local youths the young people will be listening to, and it feels like that's what it's bringing into this song. It's bringing what Greek young people and what the Greek music scene is about. I think there's also there's a definite subversiveness to this. It's upending stereotypes about Greece and Greek music and Greek culture, and I think the music video, if you watch that, does do a very good job of demonstrating that as well. This has been immensely popular in Greece, and it's got her first #1 in the Greek charts, which I think rather confirms some point about the fact that this does represent the modern Greek music scene. Now, I know a lot of people in the fandom love this as well, and I can understand why. Now, you'll be wondering, well, why do I have it at number 27? And it's just that it's just not quite clicked for me. I think I like there's lots of bits of it. I appreciate its boldness. Just doesn't quite gel for my personal taste. And I'm always very clear in these videos, like when people say, well, how can you put Norway at 31 or this at 27? It's like, I'm not saying that there are 30 songs better than Norway, but there are 26 songs better than Greece. That's not what these rankings are about. These are just my own personal tastes of my personal rankings, whereas I give what I hope is a fairly objective view of actually how it will do. So just before you rant off in the comments about it, I think this is a very good and a very, very bold entry. It's just not necessarily something that is top of my tastes. I am looking forward to how this translates to the stage. Apparently, it's going to be one camera take, as in just a solo camera rather than kind of multiple camera cuts. Now, that could go any sort of way, but I will trust the team that they know what they're doing with it. Now, I barely mention the qualification chances because, as barring a complete staging or performance disaster, which I think is unlikely, this will sail through to the final, and I think this will stand a good chance of doing very well, especially in the televote. I think there's a lot of Greek, as well as the Greek side. There's a real Balkan and Middle Eastern influence and to the music as well, and I think that reflects Marina's own background as well. She's and I think there will be a lot of support from the countries around the region, and also from the diasporas of those countries. It's crept up and up in the scoreboard app, really, till it's in a very high position now in the Eurovision scoreboard app. Some of that obviously will come from people from Greece and from the diaspora, but it's also reflective of that this is popular within the fandom. It's top 10 in the odds as well to win, which again is reflective of kind of that it's a well-liked and respected song and bold. I think winning is probably a push for this. I think it may be a little bit it may not have quite as enough broad appeal to win, and I never quite know how juries go with these things. But I certainly think this could return Greece to its run of high placings, certainly left-hand side of the scoreboard, quite likely top 10, I should suspect. But what do you think? Do let me know in the comments as always, and join me again as we carry on up the countdown. Take care.